Hello, dear students. We are again coming back with a business management lecture series, and today we are discussing organizing and staffing unit, which is the third unit of business management. Dear students, when I say organizing and staffing, the organization is established for the purpose of achieving the business objectives. The word organization is derived from the word organism, which means an organized body with connected interdependent parts sharing the common life. When a group of persons working together to achieve a common goal, the problems such as who decides what issues, who does what work, and what actions to be taken on the basis of certain condition may arise. The organization is the detailed arrangement of work and working conditions in order to perform the assigned activities in an effective manner. Organizing also implies pattern of ways in which large number of people engaged in complexities of tasks relate themselves to each other in continuous and systematic establishment for the accomplishment of mutually agreed purposes. Now we will talk about what exactly the organization is. In simple word, organization is an establishment for the purpose of achieving the business objectives. And the word organization has been derived from the word organism, the meaning of which is nothing but an organized body connected with interdependent parts sharing common life. Again, to simplify the concept of organization, let me say organization is a place where all the activities of the business are being undertaken, and all these activities which are planned before taking any action, all these actions will be taken on such a place. That place is known as an organization. Now we will move on to the definition part of organization. There are several definitions which are given by the different management thinkers, out of which few definitions I have put it in front of you. The Allen says process of identifying the grouping work is to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility and authority and establishing relationship for the purpose of enabling people to work most effectively together in accomplishing objectives is known as an organization. Whereas Chester Bernard says a system of cooperative activities of two or more persons is called as an organization. Even though there are other definitions which are given by the different management thinkers, but from these definitions we can say that organization include determination of activities, grouping of activities, allotment of duties to specified persons, delegation of authority, defining relationship, and coordination of various activities is known as an organization. Now, after the understanding meaning and definition of organization, let's move on to the process of organization. How the organization process has been undertaken. The process of organization can be undertaken only after the formulation of objectives and necessary plans to accomplish those objectives and strategies. The work of an organization is accomplished through people. The structure of an organization shapes and influences the behavior and interaction of people. It also determines the extent to which people can achieve stated goals. The process of organization involves number one, identification of activities. In organizing, the manager must identify and determine the work and activities which are essential for accomplishing objectives. Thus, organizational objectives and goals do provide criteria for determining and identifying the nature of work and activities. The second stage in process of organization is division of work. All activities should be divided and subdivided into small jobs and tasks which can be performed by single individuals. And this can be done in the best possible way in organizing. The third process is grouping of job. Various activities has to be grouped in such a way that grouping activity to form individual job, grouping of job and people into the different sections, and grouping of sections and department into higher administrative unit such as divisions. It has to be carried out in the process of organizing. After that, assignment of group of jobs. For performing different groups of job and activities, various departments are got to be developed and those groups are assigned accordingly. In the process of assigning proper relationship of a particular job is established with the department, and thereafter the creation of managerial hierarchy has to be taken place. After having assigned the jobs and their groups, an authority is delegated to the various departments or divisions. In this way, authority structure is created, giving definite position to each employee. The delegation of authority from top to lower level is to be carried out in planned way, and the authority travels down, its contents gradually decreases. After that, integration and unification of job and group of job has to be done. All the jobs being performed by various employees in individual department are to be unified and coordinated at the different departmental levels. Similarly, functions of each department is also harmonized so that it will contribute to functioning of the whole organization. The basic idea is to create this spirit both at the departmental as well as organizational level. Now, this was the all about the process of organization. In a nutshell, the process of organization starts with understanding what activities has to be carried out in a company, and after understanding or identification of activities, everything has to be planned in such a way that all these activities will be successfully implemented in the organization, and organization can lead toward the successful implementation and accomplishment of their objectives. Now the next part in this topic is principles of organization. To make the process of organizing effective, certain scientific principles are to be adopted so that deficiencies arising from the wrong concept of responsibility can be minimized. Henry Fayol have split out a few principles on the basis of their observation and investigation in order to evolve an effective mechanism of management. These principles are the principle of objective. Every organization should have a clear idea about its objectives or goals. It is necessary to determine why a specific function is being performed. In determining the objectives of organization, it should be seen that individual objectives are given more importance. The efficiency and effectiveness of organization implies the existence of formulated and understood objectives of an enterprise. The next principle is principle of specialization. According to this principle, the activities or the performance of duty by an individual is an industrial unit should be related to one specific function. Each employee should be allotted a function suited to his aptitude, ability, education, training, and tested skills. His contribution to the aggregate productivity of an enterprise can be maximized by adopting principle of specialization. for assignment of duties. Third principle is principle of coordination. Organization of different activities should be ultimately aimed at unity of efforts. There should be built-in procedure for coordination between the roles of various sections of an undertaking. However, the work has to be assigned to an individual or group of individuals are interrelated. One function cannot be performed in isolation from other functions. Thus, central control is not possible with a proper coordination of functions. The next principle of organization is principle of authority. In every organization where group activities are to be conducted, supreme authority must rest somewhere. There should be a clear line of authority from the supreme authority to every individual in a group. Depending upon the level at which person is working in the hierarchy, the nature of authority delegation would differ. The principle of authority is used for decision making, instructions and guidance, appointing persons and controlling performance. Authority delegation should be appropriate to the nature of responsibility. The next principle is principle of responsibility. Every executive in organization is held responsible for the performance of job by his subordinates. The authority can delegate from higher level to middle and operational level, but the responsibility of the superior for the act of his subordinate is absolute. In case the responsibility is not properly defined, there will be confusion and irresponsible behavior. The next principle is principle of definition. The scope of authority and the standard of responsibility should be described with definiteness. The content of each position, both the duties involved and the responsibility contemplated, and the relationship with other positions should be clearly defined in writing and inform all the concerned. If these things are clearly defined and instructions are given in clear terms, the wastage can be avoided and efficiency can be maximized. So the next principle in organization is principle of correspondence. Correspondence means the process of action and reaction of the process of intercourse between individuals regarding exchange of ideas, thoughts and facts. Authority is to be used for undertaking a particular responsibility. Authority without proper corresponding responsibility leads to dictatorship and carelessness. The next principle is principle of span of control. The word span means total spread, stretch or compass of control. When an executive is expected to govern or control the activities of individuals in a group, the number of persons in group indicates the span of control. Some experts on management feels that span of control of an executive should not exceed 5 or 6 persons. The span of control depend upon factors such as age of enterprise, ease in communication, experience of persons, and the levels of management in the hierarchy. If the number of levels of management is increased, the span of control will be widened and the burden of supervision will increase. Thus, span of control should facilitate the principle of balance. And the next principle is principle of balance. It is essential that various units of an organization should be kept in balance. The sequence of work should be arranged scientifically. When balancing of various departments and the functions is achieved, the teamwork is facilitated. As a result, the work input of different departments should be simultaneously increased. And the last principle of organization is principle of continuity. The principle of continuity suggests that the organizational structure should be flexible or elastic. Reorganization is a continuous process. In every undertaking, specific provision should be made for it. Organization should be flexible by adopting changes. whenever necessary in order to keep an enterprise as an continuous or dynamic unit. So dear students, in today's lecture, we understood what do you mean by an organization, its definition, as well as the principles of organization. I hope you might like this video. If you like my video, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the video. Thank you.